Hi, I'm Russell Ray, Chief Editor of Power Engineering Magazine and Chairman of PowerGen International. Well, as you can see, PowerGen International is well underway here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have about 1,400 exhibiting companies this year, and we're expecting more than 21,000 attendees here at the Las Vegas Convention Center. If you are already here and you see or hear something interesting, we invite you to share it on Twitter using the hashtag PowerGenWeek. We had a great keynote session this morning. Our keynote session featured 5 outstanding speakers, including Black & Veatch Chairman Stephen Edwards, who spoke about the Clean Power Plan and the global market for power generation.
From a global power market perspective, what we continue to see is 2 worlds. There's the developing world and the developed world. In that developed world, we see flat demand for power, renewal of aging assets, and that renewal can be accomplished by replacement of the age assets with lower carbon choices, or it could be uprates or efficiency improvements. In the developing world, we see a great need for capacity increases and the need for consistent and reliable access to electricity.
Also taking part in this year's keynote session was Stuart Hemphill, Senior Vice President of Southern California Edison. Stuart delivered a great talk about major changes in the generation, transmission, and distribution markets.
Customers don't know what they want, but they do want choice, and we understand that. And so we need to develop a grid that will allow customers to choose. That's the nature of where we're headed. We are designing a 21st century grid today in preparation for where customers are going. We do need to be prepared for technology, because technology doesn't wait for regulation.
We also learned more about GE's new company, GE Power, from Joe Mastrangelo, the new CEO of GE Power's Gas Power Systems.
And we're committed to take this innovation from 62% to 65% to bring more benefits as a combined cycle gas turbine provider to the industry. Because if you look at, as we look at our new tagline for our business, it's all about not stopping until the entire world has power, which is a key necessity when you think about food, water, shelter with power.
The controversial Clean Power Plan is one of many hot topics here at PowerGen. Support and opposition to America's plan to cut CO2 emissions have been great. We caught up with Andy Byers of Black & Veatch to discuss the challenges surrounding compliance and the legal oppositions to this historic new rule.
Well, it's a very interesting time. A lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty right now. We're waiting to see what comes out in the state implementation plans. We're also seeing what comes out of the courts, so it's going to be until probably this time next year until we really get any clarity on what's going forward.
On Monday night, we announced the winners of the 2015 Projects of the Year Awards. The night's big winner was Dominion Virginia Power's Warren County Generating Station. In addition to winning Best Gas-Fired Project, the 1,300 megawatt combined cycle plant was also named Power Engineering's Best Overall Power Project of the Year. We talked to Dominion shortly after they won the award. Let's take a look.
It's a extremely efficient power plant that'll serve our customers for the next foreseeable future. It's using the state-of-the-art technology. The combustion turbines were actually manufactured in the United States, which is very exciting. It provided over 1,000 construction jobs to the local community, and is extremely efficient, and at a time with low gas prices, that's very beneficial to our customers.
To see the full interview with Dominion, just go to the Power Engineering website. Well, one of the co-located events here at PowerGen is the Renewable Energy World Conference and Expo. Joining us now for a report is Jennifer Runyon, Chief Editor of Renewable Energy World magazine.
Thanks, Russell. The first couple of days of Renewable Energy World Conference and Expo are just wrapping up here in Las Vegas, and it has been a great conference so far. Yesterday, I took a small group of Power Generation Week attendees out to see the magnificent Ivanpah Concentrating Solar Power Station, the largest CSP plant in the world. With more than 300,000 mirrors in the California high desert, it is quite a sight to see. Today, we kicked off the show with a riveting keynote address that focused on the challenges facing the energy industry. Words like volatility, uncertainty, and transformation were part of just about every speaker's presentation, highlighting how the rising use of distributed generation, renewables, and other new technologies are already disrupting the energy industry. My favorite part of the keynote was when California ISO President and CEO Steve Berberich said that for its heavy use of renewable energy, California isn't crazy. It's just a preview of a movie that is coming soon to a theater near you. Our first round of conference sessions started in the afternoon, and I was able to catch part of the discussion on cracking the code, how to fund distributed generation at commercial scale. In it, experts explained some of the hurdles faced by solar companies who are trying to sell solar to commercial businesses. They offered a wealth of solutions to the developers, EPC companies, and financiers in attendance at the session. That's about it for Renewable Energy World, Russell. Back to you.
One of the biggest emerging markets in power generation is energy storage. Lincoln Blevins of Burbank Power and Water had some interesting thoughts about the growth of energy storage and its effect on nuclear and coal.
Compressed air energy storage, a lot like pumped hydro, is really a creature of geology. You have to have a very specific site with very specific characteristics. And as a result, you really can't put these things everywhere. So I think it would probably affect power pricing in the local area or in the local market, but probably not on a larger basis.
Well, that's it for now from PowerGen International. I hope you get a chance to stop by and see all of the amazing innovations on display here in Las Vegas. We'll be back tomorrow with more coverage of Power Generation Week. You can also follow this week's events on Twitter, Facebook, and Penwell Hubs. And don't forget to use the hashtag PowerGenWeek. For Power Engineering Magazine, I'm Russell Ray.